Yeah, so welcome to the first meeting. Um, the slides aren't going to be much. What I've planned for this meeting is just a general discussion on the current trends. So just gonna go over like some basic stuff, gonna introduce the club for some of the new people, and then we can go into like regular discussion. So I wanted to introduce everyone to each other. So if everyone could share their names, their year, major, location, and a favorite movie, and we can like popcorn style it. So I can begin. So my name's Dhruv Kayal, and I'm a senior, like I said, and I'm majoring in CS and math. Although I might drop my math major, I still have to decide on that. So we'll see how the semester goes. I'm taking the semester from my dorm on campus, and my favorite movie is The Godfather. And I'll popcorn it to go in.
Hello everyone, my name is Govind. I'm a junior right now, computer science and math major, actuarial science if I'm being specific. But yeah, I'm in Amherst as well, off campus actually. Um, my favorite movie, I just have a lot to choose from. I'll just say Forrest Gump because I saw it yesterday, but there's just a bunch more. I'll popcorn it to Aditya.
All right, hi, I'm Aditya. I'm a freshman CS major. I'm taking this course from just home in Toronto, Canada. And this is going to sound really cringe, but my favorite movie is unironically Star Wars Revenge of the Sith.
Nice.
I totally forgot. I'll popcorn into Ananya.
Hi, I'm Ananya, and I'm a freshman in computer science, but I hope to declare a management major, secondary major by next sem. I'm currently in India, and I don't really have a favorite movie at all, but I watched Man from Uncle last night, and it was a pretty good movie. I'll popcorn it to Himanshu.
Hi, I am Himanshu and I'm a freshman majoring in computer science, and I'll probably declare a finance level major down the line. I am in Amherst, Massachusetts, and my favorite movie is The Terminal and The Social Network. And I'll popcorn it to Nitant.
Hi everyone, my name's Natan. I'm a junior majoring in math and computer science, but I'm also not sure if I'm gonna have to drop math. As of now, it's looking okay, but we'll see. I'm living off campus actually, in a house right near Frank Dining Hall. So it's like behind O Hill. It's not too far off campus, and I have two favorite movies. I can't choose. One is Borat, a classic, and another one is Kill Bill, a Tarantino movie.
Nice. Love those movies.
Was that everyone, or do I have to popcorn it to?
I think that should be everyone. If I'm not missing anyone, but if anyone pops in, just let me know, and we can have them introduce themselves as well. But yeah, thanks for coming to the meeting, and thanks for coming in the evening. So I can just talk about ACM product management as a club. We're just a student community looking to educate each other. How this club started was last semester. Like me and a bunch of other people in CICS got together, and we were really interested in product management like you guys are, but we had no resources how to pursue that, and we wanted to educate ourselves on the topic, and we were like, hey, like why don't we start a club on this so that we can discuss book topics, mock interviews, product analysis, and like develop our product thinking. Because unless you get involved in product management, you don't really know what it is. It's a very weird paradox. Like to get involved in product management, you need to have a product management like internship or experience or whatever. So we really wanted to like succeed in that field. So that's how the club came to be, and we hope to grow it over the year and next year. The unfortunate thing is that me and a couple of other e-board members who couldn't make it today, but they're graduating. So we hope to continue the club through other people as well. So just to give a brief introduction on what product management is, it's kind of like the intersection of customer, technology, and business. So if you're like really interested in like the technology side and the business side, like Ananya said, and you want to involve like the user or the customer side, this is kind of like in the middle of all three of those. So it's a lot of hands-on collaborative work, like talking to engineers, talking to salespeople, talking to marketing, understanding user needs, and then kind of like figuring out the why and the how of the problem, and then giving tasks and delegating tasks to other people, and then they can execute it. But your main focus is to like think about the big picture, and that's what a product manager mainly focuses on. And a few upcoming events that we have for the semester are current trends and workshops. So we'll be talking about current trends in technology, because as a PM, it's really important to know what's going on in the world. Like for instance, like GameStop happened, like there's a lot of controversy surrounding it in the financial market. There's social media, Reddit, Twitter, all of that. So it's kind of like good to know about what's happening in the real world related to technology and just like in general. Along with that, we'll have like a few workshops. So we have a workshop by Rocket Blocks, and the founder of Rocket Blocks will be giving us like a deep technical dive on how like product management is and how interviews in the field work. That's kind of like the February plan. In March, we'll be having like a speaker series where UMass alumni from CICS and from Eisenberg, they'll be coming and they'll be giving a talk on like how their experience at UMass was, and how that, whether that helped or didn't help them to like get a product management internship or like have a career in the field. Last semester we had Kriti from Microsoft who talked about her experience, and we really enjoyed it. So we hope to like extend this series to other people in the industry. So if you have any thoughts about that, just feel free to DM any one of us, and we'll be happy to get in touch with more people. Hey Manas.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. My bad. What's up? I'm seeing some familiar faces. Natan, what's good? Aditya, what's up? Govind, you too. Dhruv, what's up? Hi guys. Hi everyone.
Yo.
Yeah, we're just going over the upcoming events for the semester. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm sorry. Could you change that again? My microphone's kind of whack.
Yeah, I'm just going over the plans for the semester. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So as many of you guys know, my name is Manas Perry. I am, working, so like super stoked to be working with these guys at ACM Product Management. I'm also majoring in CS, and I'm a sophomore. Yeah, I'm a sophomore here. And yeah, that's it. If any of you guys want to chat on Slack about any other questions that you guys might have, feel free to message me, and yeah, we'll just talk about product management.
Yeah, one of the cool things that Manas is doing is that he's a co-founder of like a startup. So he's like running his own company, which is what product management is kind of about. So it's really cool. So if you want to know more about that, just like hit him up, and like he'd be happy to chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to talk about it with you guys. If you have any questions, yeah, sure, feel free. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. And so the last thing that I wanted to talk about is our plan for April. Actually, that's a typo. Is Product Jam. So this is kind of like a 3-week long event that we've planned for April, where we'll be getting together to like create ideas and like basically build like not a fully functioning product, but like user stories and wireframes, kind of like the design aspect of a product, and like how you will be like eventually launching a product from scratch. So we'll be like getting together in teams. You'll be like discussing like and brainstorming different ideas, and then working collaboratively to like come up with like a unique idea, and then how to present that to like an audience or like a group of judges. If you've like participated in Hack UMass or the Innovative Challenge in particular from like the Eisenberg College, that's kind of like what we're leaning towards. So it's kind of like it'll be like a more hands-on kind of like a more hands-on like experience for you guys. So we hope that along with you, we learn about the field as well. And some logistics is that this is our Slack URL. So if you're not on Slack, just join our Slack channel. This is where we'll be updating you about different things. We have an ACM Discord for general ACM. So we're ACM product management, but there's ACM design, there's ACM machine learning. So like some of you guys, like you mentioned, like you're interested in some of those. So product management is not in a vacuum of itself. It collaborates with other organizations. So we'll be sharing our updates over there. So if you want to join that, I can send the link to it in our Slack channel as well. We have weekly meetings today, and this is our meeting ID. And if you have any questions, just DM us or like post it on the Slack questions channel. And yeah, with that, I just wanted to open the floor and talk about current trends that's going on in the industry. Wanted to have like a more interactive experience rather than me talking to you and like lecturing you for like a long time. So what are your guys' thoughts on GameStop, for instance? I know that Manas has probably a lot of thoughts because he's in the finance world himself. But yeah, anyone else, any thoughts in particular?
Natan, you probably made a lot of money on GameStop, huh? Big finance guy.
I decided to sit this one out just because
I see, yeah.
I was just a little scared,
Yeah, you know what I did? I actually bought GameStop when I was at 30, but right when the Robin news hit, I started putting in my put calls, and then I was just printing. So yeah, that I kind of got lucky on that end. But yeah, I think it's super cool that it's the whole like retail investors versus these hedge funds, these big hedge funds it was like a battle that I don't think we've ever seen. And something that's so like funny and like meme worthy, such as like a Reddit versus these big Wall Street institutions. It was definitely like one of my highlights of quarantine. But yeah.
Yeah, I think yesterday or something. I heard through word of mouth, so I don't even know if it's true, but I think like Reddit's valuation like doubled like
Yeah,
after that or something like that. Like
yeah, I
pretty
heard that
insane.
too. That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, did you all see the Reddit ad on Super Bowl? During the Super Bowl, they like posted a brilliant ad saying that if you're interested in Reddit, there's like financial markets, and they were like our superb owls, and not like Super Bowl.
Mhm.
And they were like educating people. Like pretty cool.
I thought it was really kind of funny how Robinhood decided to put out an ad right after their Google ratings dropped to around 1.3, and they thought that that infomercial of just really professional photography was going to really change anything. Like it didn't, but yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, one of the interesting things was like everyone was shocked, obviously, about how Robinhood acted. But like as soon as that happened, like all of my friends and I, we were talking about like the alternatives of what Robinhood is. Like obviously, like there's no customer trust about Robinhood now, but a lot of my friends were saying that people will eventually still like go back to Robinhood because there's no like good alternative to like investing people for like general consumers.
Well, there are a lot of alternatives, though, right? Cash App's doing it. Ameritrade's coming out with a consumer one. There are like
Exactly.
there are 3 other startups that are getting tons of money now.
The thing is, some of those options are limited because Robinhood had a first mover advantage, right? In
They're
kind of their
losing the
industry
first
with
mover
the
advantage. It just burned their whole reputation.
Yeah, they did, but now it's like, who can I trust? Even though like you see a lot of these apps that have similar features to Robinhood, it's like, okay, well, Robinhood had, had the first mover advantage. I still, there's still, you can't just automatically build rapport with Fidelity, right? Like Fidelity can't necessarily reach out to Robinhood's audience and be like, yo, and it's not just like a new pathway that's like opened.
Well, I think your fallacy here is that you're thinking that another company is just going to absorb 100% of Robinhood's success. What's probably going to happen is that Robinhood's going to, they still might be the number one player, but I think it's going to be less monolithic, right? It's going to be
Definitely.
maybe 10 players instead of
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Fidelity.
This is going to happen in the next 18 months, not tomorrow. Yeah.
Plus, like I've heard, Fidelity's pretty like busy right now. If you try calling them up, like their call centers are just going off the walls because at least a few days back, I've heard like the waiting times for these, like for even opening up accounts, I think is going up slowly and slowly. And the thing is, with Fidelity and the other services right now, the best thing that they're getting is like positive word of mouth. As soon as people start saying, because the thing is, as much as I understand Robinhood, the main reason that they had to limit these options was because of these clearinghouse requirements. Basically, Robinhood did not have enough money just due to the volatility and the mandates that the clearinghouses have.
And
But
also because they don't charge anything, right? They're no fee. That's their.
no, it's like so like Robinhood is supposed to like the deposit requirements for like Robinhood.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that's another reason
Yeah.
they can't afford them, is because there are no fees. They don't have, you know.
Fidelity, I think, is the safest option right now. I don't know, in my opinion. They need a better UI and like they need a better product in general.
Such a shitty UI. Oh my god.
But Fidelity is coming out with the wrong approach, right? Like to make an account, Robinhood, it's still pretty difficult to make an account, but Fidelity is a whole, buttload harder. It, like you said, it says the UI of a bank, not the UI of Reddit. And it has high fees and it uses more technical language, where Robinhood, really is day trading to the max. So I think things like Cash App and other startups that are less bank funded are going to be where it's at.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like consumers definitely need to be more educated about the things that Robinhood advertises, because the way Robinhood makes it seem like is, oh, let's just give you the most riskiest things out there. I feel like there should at least be a basic competency quiz, understanding how these things work. Because I don't know if you guys read this, but there's like someone who like unfortunately like
Oh yeah.
passed away because he saw that he had incurred a massive loss in Robinhood. But the problem was, it was like a complicated options play that was going on, and it's just the other leg of that contract did not execute, I think, as much as I understand, which is like
it's even worse than that. It's actually not a financial conundrum. What happened is that Robinhood said, like, you owe like $400,000 or something. He kills himself, and then the next day Robinhood sends a mail, oh, we made a clerical error, you don't owe anything. So they're incompetent. That's what the problem is.
Like and plus like I guess the person also misunderstood. Robinhood made it seem like that the guy lost about $700,000 worth of money, and I guess they requested about $150,000 from him, which is, I guess, money he didn't have. I feel like consumers definitely need to know like how exactly options work and like all these other things work, like, and how these apps work as well. I feel like none of us knew about I did not know about clearinghouse requirements before like the whole GameStop thing.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about what clearinghouses?
Yeah, like
Okay.
before GameStop, I didn't never heard that.
I think that's you and me and 99.999% of people. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's Robinhood's fault for not doing that? Because technically, all that they did was they launched, what was it? They threw all their traders on a trading platform with no financial literacy advice whatsoever, other than, not enabling you to do options trading and things like that. What do you guys think about that? Is that on Robinhood, or is that just on the investor himself?
Well, you kind of have to look at both sides of it, right? Where the negative is people lose a lot of money, but the positive, that this is what people on Wall Street Bets would argue, this basically made that community exist. So this has democratized investing very significantly. And that's always going to come with risk. When you democratize publishing, you get neo-Nazis and, cyberbullying and whatnot. But the upside is you get Facebook and Zoom calls and whatnot. So we always make trades with democratization, and this is the same thing. So I guess time will tell if people keep doing it, but
Yeah.
the more democratized things are, the happier people are. So maybe it's a good thing.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that also like goes into like Bitcoin and like cryptocurrency in general as well. Like having like a decentralized system, and like that's what a lot of people are pushing for now, because it's better than like having like these hedge funds and other companies control everything.
Doesn't Robinhood sound very big?
I think there are like 10 people on the call. So I think what I want to do is just have everyone break into breakout rooms so that everyone can have like a chance to talk about the topics. It's not necessarily talking about like GameStop and like everything else. There were like a bunch of topics, so like streaming services, Slack acquisition, like IPOs. So you can talk about like any of those topics. I can probably put you all in breakout rooms and you can talk more about that for like about 5 to 10 minutes. Does that sound good? Cool. Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Hi.
What do you guys talk about?
We mostly talked about streaming services.
Yeah.
Nothing specific, just like how like aggressive they are in 2021, and like there's so much competition in the space.
And that's true. Like, I think there are like so many streaming services now. There's like HBO Max, Hulu, Disney, Netflix, and then Amazon. Like Apple, I
Yeah.
forgot.
And now there's Peacock too, apparently.
Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
I think the reason why all of these companies can like sustain it is because like they're like large corporations. So like none of them have any problems with like the significant losses that they can incur. But it's like it's a buzzkill, like kind of like an overkill having all of these companies together.
Well, what do you think is going to happen in 10 years with streaming?
So I think in like personally, I think the movie theater business is going to shift to the streaming business. It's kind of already started. Like for Christmas, Wonder Woman was released on HBO Max rather than like the theaters. So I think, and movies from like this year are releasing on streaming services and theaters together. So I think that's their
It dies.
that's
Well,
the goal. But other than that, if you don't have original creation, like one thing Netflix has done successfully is like have like original projects, because like they don't have like exclusive, like they don't have like a network, so like having exclusive deals makes sense for them. But yeah,
well, they're going to lose all those deals, right? What's happening is Netflix used to be the everywhere store for video, right? That had everyone's stuff. That had Disney, that had, anything you wanted. But the content companies are pulling their content off because they see, oh my God, we can make all this money. So yeah, if you're not a content company, you die.
yeah, but what Netflix is doing is that it's creating its own
It's
content.
becoming a content company.
Yeah, basically.
But the question is, if you imagine you were an aspiring writer in Hollywood, would you want to work for Netflix or, Disney?
Well, that's a good question. Like you never know.
A lot of the talent is saying Paramount and Disney. So the question is, is Netflix going to evaporate? Because I mean, they're not, their growth numbers is shrinking, and every day, someone's favorite TV show gets pulled off Netflix, and they have to pick 3 because they're not going to subscribe to 10 as a consumer.
I don't know. That's why I think like the whole reason people are leaving cable, like the value proposition is just getting less attractive with every new streaming service that comes in. Like the only solution that I've thought is I just subscribe to a different streaming service each month of the year, and that way I get the best of all the worlds. But if someone were to subscribe to even 5 of these, it's about $50 a month. YouTube TV is about $60 a month right now.
But yeah, that's like a familiar number. Yeah.
If I like got cable, I feel like if it's just TV, not internet, I could get it for $70. I don't know. The value proposition is just going away year by year. Like,
I really do believe that there's going to be a convergence, that a lot of companies are trying this. Apple's working on this, where with the TV app, they're kind of pulling everyone's content into the app. In 5-10 years, everyone's, instead of being able to serve 300 million customers, you're only serving 10 or 20. Maybe Disney can do 60. That these companies want to have a wider audience. The only way you can do that is to talk to somebody like Apple or talk to a system where they can sell to everyone. So if Netflix is still around, maybe they'll go back to Netflix. But I think that we're going to converge into a few services again. They'll be less content based because no one's going to pay for 10 services. It's never going to work.
Yeah, what I found pretty funny is that I've seen a lot of like streaming bundles being pushed. Like, you know, you pay a certain price and you get Hulu and Disney and everything together, which is literally just like a return to cable because it's the same thing, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, and I think you bring up a good point, Kyle, that all of these streaming services will kind of like merge together because that's what's been happening. Like Disney and Hulu, they're still merging their services right now.
Well, Disney's owned Hulu for the last 10 years. They've had a 50% stake. So that doesn't really count in my book.
Yeah, but if you look at like other streaming services, like if you're not a large corporation, the probability is that you'll probably merge with like some other streaming company.
I think we're still in the separation. I think the end of that will truly be when there's only Netflix originals on Netflix. Once that happens, that's the end of the separation. Then we'll start converging. But yeah, we're still ripping the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, that's certainly true. Any other thoughts on streaming services? I know that everyone's been surrounded by it because like at least in like quarantine, that's all I've been doing is like watching shows on Netflix and like other streaming services. So it's like been a lot on my mind. No? Cool. Oh, Govind, you want to say something?
I mean, not directly related to this. It's just something we were discussing about, I guess. Just something that came up. I feel like in general, just like the whole, there's going to be a bunch of like new government rules just because of like 2020 has been a year where like everyone's just been focused on tech, you know, tech this, tech that, Zoom this, Zoom that, you know, like companies acquiring each other, like suddenly people are paying a lot more focus to Twitter, Facebook, realizing the good side, the bads. And I feel like 2021 and the next few years probably going to be a lot of regulations around, I guess, banking and tech, just because staying inside our houses has made us just focus on the products around us and how we can improve them, I guess.
If you were dictator of the world, what would the one regulation you'd put in today? What would it be?
Free speech? No. I don't know.
Buy Dogecoin.
Hmm?
Everyone buys Dogecoin.
Doge.
Benevolent leader.
That's what Elon Musk is pushing for. He's like, buy Dogecoin. Everyone's going crazy.
I feel like the SEC is going to come after him again.
That'd be funny.
It's already been done.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard the reason he can do this is because like the regulations for crypto aren't the same as like stocks. So like there's like loopholes or something like that where
yeah, it's so new.
Yeah, so like he technically is allowed to do that, I guess. I don't know.
Like look at the effects that he's done. I think it went from like 3 cents up to 8 cents. I guess if you put a lot of money into it, you can get something, but
he also does like tweet like, guys, like our Tesla evaluation is too high. Which is so funny. You're not supposed to be doing that. But I guess he just doesn't care. But yeah, he's also like taking 2 other new companies public, apparently.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about like
which companies? Which companies?
Neuralink and something with Star. I think it's a streaming service, I think. I'm not
Starlink,
sure. Starlink, yeah.
I thought Starlink is just a product of SpaceX.
Is it? I don't know. I don't know at all what it does.
I think it's an internet service, like just using satellites.
Yeah.
No, but they're launching Starlink soon. I saw it in the news. I think it's like in 500 for
Yeah, I saw something too.
Isn't Starlink going to like give internet to like the whole entire world or something like that? Or like that's like his plan?
Right,
Or
let's give Elon Musk control of the internet. Sounds like a great idea. I think someone else is trying to do. I think Bezos has a company doing that. Might be someone else.
Google had a project, but they recently shut it down. It was like
That was
Yeah,
viral.
that did not work. That was a really weird project, though. That wasn't like
Mhm.
even completely satellite based. They were trying to use hot air balloons and stuff for that. That
No, that
was
was
really
Facebook,
weird.
was it? That was Facebook.
no, that
No,
was
that was
Google.
Google.
Project Loon.
Yeah, Google Fi.
Wait, what about Facebook? Like
Google
Mark
Fi
Zuckerberg
is
said
their-
that
their
we
stuff.
want internet for the whole entire world.
That was with India, I think, when they were trying to like get like I guess somehow like inject money into I'm not exactly sure, my memory is weak right now, but I know that there was a lot of push against Facebook, like I guess in general just entering the Indian market because people didn't want Facebook to just be around everywhere. My memory is really weak right now. People can look this up
Oh,
and
okay, let me research this.
I'm talking about. But I
You
think
also shifting from like WhatsApp to like Signal after the terms and conditions of like WhatsApp and like how they can like share your data and all of that.
this is kind of like an unrelated question, but does anyone know if like Facebook is allowed to use WhatsApp's data?
Yeah, why not? They own them.
Wow.
Yeah,
From the very beginning.
Yeah.
No, they bought WhatsApp.
same with Insta too.
Yeah, apparently like Facebook had a deal with WhatsApp when they bought it out that you can't have ads on the platform for like 5 or 6 years. And that's probably gonna run out soon. So they're gonna start incorporating ads in WhatsApp as well.
Yeah, I think they have this like grand plan of converging all three messaging services ultimately. I don't know if that's gonna work, but yeah, I
They've already
think
started.
Yeah, they started merging Messenger and Instagram DMs.
yeah.
I think what people
Yeah.
think is the reason is because they want to make it really hard for the government to break them up. So
Yeah.
Yeah, here it said Mark Zuckerberg in 2013 said he wanted to wire the entire world by 2020, but things happened. Like I guess I don't know why he stopped.
I mean, he got called before Congress for like Cambridge Analytica. So that probably hindered a lot of things.
no, I think that you can say you want to do anything by any year. Doesn't mean it's possible. So Amazon itself is something they're doing. Project Kuiper.
What is that?
The same thing as Starlink, the internet satellites.
Did you guys know that Tesla's patent is kind of unrelated, but all of Tesla's patents and what they use to like build these really cool cars, it's all available online, like for everyone for free. And Elon Musk, like people asked him, why are you doing this? And then he said, well, if Tesla dies down because of that, like it's gonna be a good thing for the entire world. I'm like, oh wow, he's thinking beyond just business at that point.
So do you think Elon Musk at heart is like, or not? I don't even want to say at heart, but like right now, like in today's world, is more of an engineer than a businessman? Because that's what he claims, right? He says, "Oh, I don't really do too
Did
much."
you watch
of
the Joe Rogan podcast
Yeah, I have.
about that? Yeah, he says, I don't want to be a business magnate. I'm an engineer. That's what he said.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
Like that's also what he wants people to think. I think at
Right.
the same time, like who wants to be known as a businessman? No one like trusts business people, bankers, and people like accountants and people like that versus like an engineer. But
He
like
did
I
make
actually, I definitely think he's like an engineer by heart.
Yeah.
But I think he's like overplaying it. Like he's trying to sell us something else.
His problem is that he doesn't have any focus. Like I'm not sure what he cares about. He spends a couple years putting a lot of money and attention to something, and then next year he stops caring about it and never speaks of it again. And that's tough because it almost feels like because this is what he is. He came from apartheid South Africa, so he has a lot of money and he plays around in the sandbox. Once he gets bored, he goes to another toy, and that's not a really good way to build anything.
I feel like he's just setting a model up for everyone else to follow at this point because no matter what anyone might say, like Tesla is one of the big reasons why companies like GM and all the other companies have started like putting electric. Like GM, I think recently had announced they're trying to go all electric by 2030, 2035, and about half electric by 2025, I guess. And like, I don't think in on my honest opinion, I don't think Tesla will ever be a world leader in cars by a long shot. But because I feel like the whole thing beyond these cars is just production capacity. Tesla's just really slow right now. Unless Tesla has an explosive growth in the next few years, I don't see them like overtaking GM. But they are definitely setting a model up, and Tesla will still remain like the Apple of cars. You know.
Even though that's true though, like doesn't like Tesla, I'm not sure, I'm asking, but doesn't Tesla have like a lot more data collected than these companies, like a substantial amount? So
I don't know if that data is the barrier to making a good car, though, is it?
It, I think like the thing with this is why Google and Apple are actually trying to come in. Apple was working with Kia and like this other company before they closed, like they suddenly broke off the deal apparently.
The deal was never a thing. That was people at Bloomberg spewing bullshit.
I guess, but
well, yeah, that was the common narrative, but that wasn't reality.
The main proposition behind Google and Apple doing this is that if they serve as the interface, like if Apple can learn how to self-drive, they can just sell the software up to people driving cars, you know? That way the car companies don't have to like collect data, whereas Google that's been doing it for a few years through I guess Waymo. I don't know if Waymo exists anymore.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think Google bought them out.
Yeah. But I guess Google can also still make an entry, you know? Google can just partner up with a car company, say.
But does it really seem like the Apple-like thing to do to not make their own car, to sell the software? That's not the Apple way, and that's not what they do. They wouldn't be hiring people from Porsche and auto body designers and whatnot if they, that wasn't their way.
I don't know. We'll see. It's too early to tell, I guess.
That's expecting a rock to become a tree. Apple's apple.
I have like an unrelated question. It's more about the PM like ACM like these meetings. So I know you said like February and then like March we'll be doing like different talks, like talking about different things. So like is this like the format of the meeting essentially each time? Like just like conversations like this?
Kind of. Wait, let me share my screen so that I can provide you with like an in-depth version of what we're doing this semester. Can you all see this? Yeah, so this is basically a Notion link. I think Disha shared it with you all. So this is basically public, and this is our schedule for the spring semester. So today was like just a welcome meeting and like discussion in general. Next week as well, we'll be just discussing about future of products like self-driving cars, AI, VR. It's kind of like an organic conversation. So like we don't want to really have like a specific topic. But then after that, we'll be having a technical fluency workshop with Rocket Blocks. And then we'll be having our speakership series. So like you can see the schedule over here. And then like in April, which is April, we'll be kicking off our product jam. So it's kind of like constant throughout February and a bit of March. But then in April, it's gonna like change up a bit.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I was just asking because I'm having a great time right now.
Yeah, like that's
pretty free flowing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you were saying something, Manas?
No, I was just saying that it's a very free flowing meeting. Yeah, this is a structure that we've always done in fall, and worked out really well. So yeah, what are the other topics that we wanted to go down the bullet list?
I hate to interrupt the flow, but I actually have to get going. But this is a really good time. I enjoyed. I'll be back next week for sure.
All right. See you later, Kyle. Bye.
One of the other topics is the Slack acquisition. of Slack. Oh, sorry, the Salesforce acquisition of Slack, and how it compares to Microsoft Teams and like communication apps and everything. What do you all think about that?
All I know is that Microsoft Teams suck. That's it.
Yeah. So for context, last year, because of the pandemic, Microsoft came up with like Microsoft Teams because no one really uses Skype at all. So Discord is greater than Slack in a way. I actually prefer Slack, but that's like my personal preference. But Discord is pretty good. Um, but then because of like Microsoft Teams, Slack started doing really badly. And then Salesforce at the end like bought Slack, and now there are like a lot of like chat service systems, just like streaming services. So there's like Discord, there's Slack, there's Microsoft Teams, there's Zoom. So it's kind of like a very like busy sector as well. So what do you all think about that?
I feel like Microsoft Teams is pretty good. I mean, I've been using Microsoft Teams as like part of my job or whatever, and it's not bad actually, because like they were able to integrate Teams with a lot of other software. It makes it a lot more interactive. Other than like the reply feature, where you can just like reply to a specific comment, I find no other fault of Teams. So it's actually not bad. I feel like if you like get to use it a little bit, it's pretty good. It's not bad from a cooperation standpoint.
Yeah, I think that was like their that was the goal of Microsoft, right? So like Zoom entered the consumer market, and then Microsoft entered the enterprise market. So like they targeted companies like if you were using Skype or like anything related to that, or like Windows, then they would like shoot you with like all Microsoft Teams products and stuff. But like Zoom was like, no, we're gonna like go to like each individual user and then go through there. So like kind of like different strategies, but like I don't know which one is correct. Like it obviously like no one idea is correct about this, but it was kind of interesting to see their approach.
Interesting.
I feel like the one advantage that Microsoft has is that the relationship with enterprises in general. Uh, just like it's easier to convince someone that, hey, we're Microsoft, we've been doing stuff for corporations for a long time, whereas Slack is still kind of like a newer company in that sense, you know? This is why like you'll see much bigger corporations. I know like dad's where my dad works, like they still trust Microsoft over Slack because like in like a different country, the thinking is that I've already heard of Microsoft. I don't know what Slack is. There might be more Slack awareness, like in this country, maybe, but it's not the same around the world, I guess. That's why Microsoft does have an advantage. And I guess Salesforce is just trying to like, I guess, make it look more authentic now. Like, I did not know about Salesforce either, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I feel like Salesforce is kind of like a dark horse when it comes to like cloud and everything, and like data management, because like it has a lot of companies. Like it has Heroku as well, which is like big for cloud services.
Wait, Salesforce owns Roku?
Heroku, yeah, it does.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, apparently I didn't know that as well. I got to know that like last summer in 2019. It has its own like CRM platform. Like it's a big organization. Like it's one of the biggest. It has one of the biggest offices in Silicon Valley. So like it's big, but like you don't see how it's used in like it doesn't affect you in like daily life, but it affects a lot of corporations.
Whoa. What does Roku even do now? Who uses Roku?
Not a lot of people use Heroku. It's kind of like just out there as a cloud service. Like mainly it's AWS. And then
Oh, you said Heroku. Oh, okay. I thought you said like Roku, like the TV provider.
No,
Bro.
Heroku.
All right, my bad.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who uses Roku.
I know a couple people who use Roku.
I also heard Roku.
Oh,
I know. Yeah, right, Natan? I thought I was told you. Okay.
My bad. I meant to say Heroku.
You use it for Ruby on Rails, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like you can use it to host apps and like store data.
Yeah. It's like the Flask, except instead of for Python, it's for Ruby. Okay.
It's basically like think of AWS or Google's Firebase or something, but for like another cloud service provider, whatever.
Except it's on your local machine.
Yeah, but you can also get AWS on your local machine, kind of.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting to like see these things from like a PM standpoint, because like you have like the technological viewpoint where you have like app hosting and like dependency issues and all of that, and then you have like the business and the consumer side.
Agreed.
Any other thoughts? So one of the other listed items is IPOs. So at the end of the at the end of 2020, there were like a lot of tech IPOs like Airbnb, Snowflake, DoorDash. Some of them, like I know that Airbnb was initially not successful at all. Like it got bumped down to like 25% or whatever. So like tech IPOs seem to have a lot of value in the beginning, but not right now. So what do you all think about that?
I feel like Airbnb will skyrocket soon. As soon as like
Yeah.
uh, things start opening up around the world, and like as I feel like there's going to be a good positive correlation as airlines go up, so will Airbnb. You know, like I don't classify Airbnb as a tech company; it's more of a travel company, I guess, and it's nothing out of the norm. Like
Related to tourism, right? Yeah.
yeah, like the more airlines rise, the more I guess this rise. I'll consider it part of the tourism industry, I guess. But I don't know. There was another DoorDash IPO'd, right? I think DoorDash is probably making some good money right now.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why they IPO'd, because all of their investors were like, it's a very short-term deal, because like because of the pandemic, they were getting a lot of good revenue, and like when stuff starts opening up, they'll probably not get as much. Like they probably grew their company by like more than 100% because of COVID. So it was like a very good deal for them.
I just think like the timing for Airbnb was not the best. That is why the whole thing happened. But it definitely recover in some time.
This could just be my interpretation, but going when you were talking about Airbnb, right? I don't think things are gonna just open up suddenly because people are still going in and out of the pandemic. It's gonna be a very smooth transition. So it's not gonna actually just shoot up over a period of time. It's gonna be a very noticeable change, and you're gonna it's just a momentum type of thing, I think.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, as I feel like for the same reason, like airlines will also eventually dip at some point. Like, I guess there's just a good correlation between that industry. Like this. Well, I guess if you collect all the stocks in a portfolio, you're going to see the portfolio rising as cases go down, as restrictions, and obviously, like, there's some conditional. Like, oh, cases can come back up, but hopefully, if like the vaccine news always drives the stock market up.
COVID round 2. Anybody?
No.
That's what people are saying.
Yeah, Dhruv knows a thing or two about COVID, right?
So, full disclosure, Manas, I don't want to say, I don't know what to say, but I got COVID in November. For all of you who didn't know, it was nothing much. Like it was pretty mild for
He's
me.
losing his left leg, so we're really sorry about that. Like it's very lengthy procedure, but
So for a long time, if you see me giving any excuses, it's because of COVID. Even though I've recovered, I can still give an excuse related to COVID just because I've had it. It's a very exclusive club. Actually, not so much of an exclusive club because it's like more than 2 million people.
wow. Wow, that's the biggest cult experience I've ever heard. Everyone gets in COVID just they're just partying at the UMass hotel.
Oh yeah, I've heard it's who all are on campus right now, or like in Amherst.
Yeah, I am. It's
Yeah,
it's
me
pretty
too.
bad right now. Yeah.
Why is it bad?
Oh, there's a high risk mandate on campus because there are like more than 500 positive cases. And because like the first week that everyone came back before classes started, Like a lot of people went to a lot of parties, one
Yeah.
party in particular, and because of that, like it's been spiraling down basically.
Yeah, I mean, it was like it's not even 2 weeks, and we are like nearing 600 cases right now, which is, I guess, more than 10% of the population on campus.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, wherever you.
I heard.
Wow.
I heard they were like just.
You have a
about
better chance of getting to MIT than you have of that. Wow, 10%, huh? Sick.
I heard they were just about to open. I don't know why, but I heard they were just about to open like dine-in at the dining halls. So
Yeah,
that's
we
such
were
a
pretty
good move.
screwed. Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
No, so the thing was that when people are coming in, they said that okay, once the semester starts from Feb 1st, we're gonna have in-person dining in the dining commons instead of grab and go. And so I was like, okay, if this is gonna happen this soon, I canceled my fridge and microwave. And then they was like, no, psych, it's like the whole semester is gonna be grab and go. Fuck you. That's the whole thing that happened. And I was like, okay, now I'm used to eating cold food every day.
wait, which dining hall are you going to?
Yeah, I go to all three, but like the closest one is Worcester, so I go to Worcester more often.
The closest for me is Franklin, and it's closed all semester.
Yeah, it's closed.
great.
Yeah, it's closed all semester. Are you in Central?
Yeah, I'm in Van Meter.
Yeah, that is like across the street.
Oh yeah, you're in OL.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dude, Himanshu, I missed your rants, man. It's been too long.
Yeah, man. Like you don't want me to go off right now because this is not a good time. But like,
It's like you just take like one topic and then it's like, now my food is cold. You know, it's like, oh, that's pretty funny. That's good. Damn, life be tough, though, man. I mean, what can I say?
Yeah, hope everyone is staying safe and everything. In my opinion, I think it's good that dining halls didn't open because that's how I got COVID the first time. Because I got exposed to someone sitting in the dining hall, so it's probably good. And it's
You were
not.
definitely grinding on somebody else. That's how I.
wait. So how do you find out where you got COVID? By the way, like it'll
So
take
random.
time for you to. It'll take time for you to like test positive and do all of that. How did you find out that it was through this thing?
So I tested positive on a Saturday, and then I met someone on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and he tested positive on Thursday. So like he tested positive 2 or 3 days before me, and I met him on that day. So that's how I knew I got exposed.
Oh. Right now I'm just like staying away from hemp and work. I mean, but I don't know if that helps, but yeah, whatever.
I was about to come in, but I didn't. So
Nice.
Are you in Boston right now, Manas?
no, I'm in the Pacific Northwest. I'm in Seattle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's not really that nice actually because I have to wake up at 6 a.m. for my labs. So yeah, it's pretty brutal.
I'm up at 6:30 for this club right now, so you don't get
Oh,
to say that.
oh wow, that's some props to you. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
But
Wow, great commitment. Thank you.
dude, I don't even.
Yeah,
ACM
last
product manager.
semester I attended club meeting. Last semester I attended club meetings
Yeah,
at like
same.
4:30 a.m.
At like 4 a.m. Yeah.
Dude, I don't even. It's gotten so bad now that I don't actually like wake up on time. I just stay up the entire night up till the meeting, and then I sleep after. So that way, I get my attendance in. So
Nice.
no
If anyone else doesn't have any other thoughts, then we can probably wrap up today's meeting and we can meet next week, same time.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it, man.
Good. Yeah, great talking to you all. See you.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys next week. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
See you guys. Thank you.
so depressing. Oh my god.